Hi, the sequence I want to share with you today is a great sequence for opening the hips and the side body, which is really important during pregnancy. This can be done even when you're not pregnant, but it's a great a way to open both the hips and the side body. It can be done with a shoulder opening sequence that I've also posted, and it can also be done with the modifications to sun salutations for pregnancy. As always, I recommend going to a prenatal yoga class and learning all the modifications that you should bring into your practice for safe and healthy pregnancy. So enjoy. Namaste. Starting off with the soles of the feet together and the knees open. Take a deep inhale and let it go through the mouth. Moving around in some gentle hip rotations in one direction. And then very slowly starting to move in the opposite direction. Making them as small or as large as feels good to you. Coming back to the center, deep inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, take a fold forward. Leaving enough room for your belly, no pressure on the belly. Small movements in the neck might feel good here. Let the head go. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Slowly lift the knees and extend the legs. And shake out the knees, roll the ankles in one direction, and then in the opposite direction. You're going to come onto the hands and knees. If you need some support, put a blanket underneath the knees. Bring the back of the wrist down, the watch side wrist down so the palm faces up, and then on the other side. Good. Back to all fours. All the knuckles making connection with the mat. Send the right toes back and reach through the heel, a little calf stretch here. We'll start to move that leg all the way over to your left. Look over your left shoulder, reach back through the heel. And then move that right leg all the way over to the right in line with your right hip, toes facing forward, and take a deep bend in that knee, getting into the hip and the groin. Moving back to the center, lift the torso up, right hand comes down to the leg, and take the left arm up and over for a little gate pose. Breathe into the left side of the body, no weight into that right arm. Come up through the center, left hand to the mat or to a block, right hand reaches over the right ear. Try not to collapse into the right shoulder. Roll that right shoulder forward, coming back down. From all fours, sending the right foot back again, planting it down at a slight angle. Then kickstand the left foot for balance. You'll put your weight into the left hand and reach the right arm up to the sky. Modified side plank, you can reach the right arm alongside the right ear. Breathing from fingertips to the outer edge of the right foot. Carve that shoulder back down and come back to all fours. Reaching the right leg back and up this time, square the hips and send the left fingertips forward. You can keep the hand on the floor if you'd like. Pull the belly in and the ribs. Lower the hand, lower the knee. From all fours, taking a couple cats and cows here. And then finding a neutral spine, pull the baby up into the spine. Don't let it hang. Send the left leg back, press through the heel of the foot, getting a little calf stretch. Take it all the way over to the right, reaching through the heel and looking over the right shoulder. Slowly bring that leg all the way over to the left, in line with your left hip, toes facing forward, and take a deep bend in that knee, getting into the hip and groin. Coming back to the center, lift the torso upright, left hand, palm faces up and rest on the left leg, right arm up and over. Breathe into the right side body. Don't collapse into the left side. Right arm comes down and over in line with the right hip, and left arm reaches alongside the left ear. Again, you can use a block here if you'd like. Carve that left shoulder forward and coming back and down to all fours. Sending the left toes back this time. Planting the left foot at a slight angle, like a standing pose, kickstanding the right foot and coming up to your modified side plank. So the left hand can either reach to the sky or over alongside the left ear. Breathe into the left side body, into the right side body as well. Carve that shoulder forward, coming back down. This time we're going to reach the left toes back and up with the hips nice and square. So the outer left hip draws down, the belly and the ribs pull in. And then eyes on one point, send the right fingertips forward. Flex your back foot. You can also do this with the hand down. Lower the hand, lower the knee, all fours. Take another cat and cow here. Remember not to arch the back too much in your cow pose. Bring the hands one hand length forward and open up the knees a little wider and start to move into the hips here with some hip circles. Just moving in one direction a few times and then in the opposite direction a few times. Slowly sinking back to a child's pose. Make sure the knees are wide and there's space for your baby. You can rest your head on a block or just keep the head upright a little bit. Another thing you can do is rest your head in your hands with your elbows providing support so your head isn't too far down. Breathe here. And slowly lift yourself back up. We're going to take a half little squat here, so come onto the left knee and bend the right knee into a squatting position. This may be enough for you. You can bring the forearms down to blocks to the floor, and it's even okay to lift the hips here to relieve stress on the knee if that feels too much. We'll switch sides, come down onto the right knee, lift the left knee into a half squat. Staying here, forearms can come down to mat or blocks. And the hips can lift up if you want to relieve a little tension on the knees. And coming back to where we started. Soles of the feet together, deep inhale. And let it go. Namaste.